3.3 Simple Random Sampled. Question 1. What do we do if the landfill is full? When landfills run out of room, they are sometimes converted into parks. Does this presence of landfill underneath affect the trees that grow in the park? One such park has 283 trees, and researchers want to closely inspect a sample of 20 trees. Describe how to select an SRS of 20 trees using slips of paper. So first, you're going to give each tree a distinct label of 1 to 283. Next, you're going to do a number 283 identically sized slips of paper from 1 to 283. Then, you will put these slips of paper into a hat and mix well. From there, you will select 20 slips of paper and inspect the 20 trees that are labeled with the numbers selected. 1B. You will describe how to select an SRS of 20 trees and using a random generator. You're going to give each tree a distinct label from 1 to 283, randomly generate 20 integers from 1 to 283, ignoring repeated integers. Then, inspect the 20 trees that are labeled with generated integers. Question 2. What the median income in Virginia? The median household income in a random sample of 371 Virginia houses is $61,784. Do you think the median income of all Virginia households is equal to $61,784? Explain. No, because different random samples will produce different medians. It is unlikely that this sample provides a median that is exactly correct. 2B. If this sample size was increased to 1,000 households, what effect would this have on the estimated median household? We could expect our estimate to be close to the true median income of all Virginia households.
Here's the solution to question number 3 from homework 3.3. So the problem reads, is the last chocolate the best chocolate? Do people have a preference for the last thing they taste? Researchers at the University of Michigan designed a study to find out. The researchers gave 22 students 5 different Hershey's Kisses: milk chocolate, dark chocolate, creme, caramel, and almond, in random order, and asked the students to rate each one. Participants were not told how many kisses they would taste. However, when the 5th and final kiss was presented, participants were informed that it would be their last one. Of the 22 students, 14, or 64%, gave the final kiss the highest rating. This is greater than 20%, the expected percentage of people who have a special preference for the last thing they taste. To determine if these data provide convincing evidence that more than 20% of students prefer the last kiss they taste, 100 simulated simple random samples were conducted. Each dot in the graph shows the number of students out of 22 who preferred the last chocolate, assuming each student had a 20% chance of choosing the last kiss. So what we're trying to do here is understand what sampling variability is and determine if the simulation shows convincing evidence that we can draw a conclusion from. In part A, it says, explain how the graph above illustrates the concept of sampling variability, and it's in regards to this graph right here. So sampling variability just means that for every sample we take, we're going to get different results, since it is unlikely that the samples will represent the exact percent of people who prefer what they taste last. So, if the researchers repeatedly take random samples of size 22 from a population of students who show no preference for what they taste last, the number of students in a sample who have a special preference for the last Hershey's Kiss they taste varies from 1 to 10, as shown in this graph, starting from 1 with 4 dots all the way to 10 with only 1 dot at the 10 mark. In part B, it says, Based on the results of the simulation, is there convincing evidence that people have a preference for the last kiss they taste? Explain. Here, we're trying to find out if 14 out of the 22 students in the survey who prefer the last Hershey's Kiss they tasted shows that people have a preference for the last thing they taste when compared to the simulation that was conducted. So, is there convincing evidence? Yes. In the study, there were 14 out of 22 students who preferred the last Hershey's Kiss they tasted. This is much higher than what we would expect to happen by chance alone. In the simulation, 10 students preferred the last chocolate only one time in 100, and this was the highest out of all the samples conducted. So, the 14 out of 22 students is very unusual, and a very unusual occurrence, and because of this, this is convincing evidence.
We love math, we love math, we love math, every time we divide, we already know the path, then we multiply, all we gotta do is roll the die,